Well, my Wednesday got a little swampy. This is I believe a 21 Volvo VNL, whatever. I'll be bopping down the road and my fan stops working. What fan would you think? So let's talk about if your fan stops working when you're driving down the road, what you can do. So cue that intro. This can be just a real quick, short video, a couple minutes long. But let's talk about the good old time Wednesday and Thursday was. Alright, so I parked. I had no air coming through the window, the air. Like I can turn the fan on right now. And there's air. Alright, turn the air off. Only time I would get any kind of air, a little bit, if I was going at any kind of speed. Parked, I was getting squat. So I just dropped the windows down and drove it old school. But the problem is you don't get much air with the window down. So I had to stop at a Blue Beacon to get a trailer wash out before I picked up my load of chicken. Well, I was going to another Tyson plant that had a shop. One of the Tyson shop had an outside shop on it in our property. Under here on the Volvos is the fuse panel. So I took everything off, which I keep my flashlight, my notebook, stuff like that. You just use a screwdriver, pop it off. Just be careful because it's only held on by prongs. And I checked every fuse that had to do with heating and air, fans. They were all good. So I sucked it up, knowing I was going to a shop. Windows down, window down. So I sucked it up, knowing I was going to one of our facilities to be able to get it fixed. I called them up. They're like, yeah, they should be able to do it Wednesday. If you can't, if you have an issue, we'll find you a shop. I was like, I can suck it up. It's in the mid 70s, so it's hot. I was swampy, but it wasn't too bad. So Thursday, I couldn't get there Wednesday, so Thursday morning I called up, breakdown. They're like, I don't think, in fact, I gotta turn it on, it's getting hot. I don't think they can do that. I'm gonna get the guy who's ever charged our fleet maintenance to call me back. So I called dispatch. I'm like, look, I'm in Kentucky. You can give me a load to Springdale or Russellville, Arkansas to get this blower fixed. And they're like, well, we might need you to take that to Georgia. I'm like, I'm not going to Georgia without no AC. No. I'm not leaving Robards, Kentucky until this thing's fixed, or I'm going to a shop to get it fixed. They're like, well, don't take the load, I guess, until you get fixed. Duh. So, shops that break down, say, oh, they can't do it. So I delivered my load. I called and talked to the guy who's over our fleet maintenance. He goes, well, I don't know nothing about it. Well, I told him the story. He said, legally, you need a fan to work, especially for to defrost that windshield, because I had no air coming through whatsoever. I told him, I said, I have fan in the back, which don't give you any real up here. So I said, I checked every fuse. If it was a fuse, that fan back there wouldn't work. I believe it's the blower motor. He said, well, there's a Volvo dealer 5 miles north. Let me call him up. He called up the Volvo in Evansville, Indiana. This was Thursday. They couldn't get me till Monday. So then he called another Volvo dealer like 80 miles away. They couldn't get me until the following Wednesday. He said, let me call that shop and see if they can do it. And I'm like, well, the other guy said they can't. He said, let me call them. They puts me on hold. He said, yep, go to the shop. They'll put you in. So I drove up to the shop and I told them what was going on. And they're like, well, I'm going to go call. He got my VIN. He called Volvo and they had 2 in stock. If it was the blower motor. And 6 hours later, I got a new blower motor and my fan works. He told me, he said, well, we put 12 volt power to it and your fan wouldn't do squat. So it wasn't a relay, it wasn't a fuse. It was dead. Deader than Fred. And it took them right at 6 hours to change. One reason, the dealer was 45 miles north, and somebody was trying to jump off the Ohio Bridge there in Kentucky on I-69. They supposed to had the bridge shut down for an hour. Somebody wanted to go swimming. I don't know. And then they, changed it out, which I'll show you where the blower motor is in a Volvo. Don't mind my drinks, my water. I drink a case and a half of water a week. The blower motor is in this panel right here, but you have to take the top panel off, you have to take the bottom panel off, you have to take this panel off, and that panel off, just to get to the blower motor and all the bolts and everything else. They even had to take the grab handle off. But the blower motor was in there. He asked me, he said, did you hit it? I said, I hit it for everything I had, and it wouldn't work. It was dead. So, if your truck stopped blowing, first, there is a couple fuses for the heating and air, fans, blah, 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 under here. And you still have fan in the back, it's probably that right there, the blower motor. I didn't get any video of them changing it, but it is right there. And all the panels you have to take off is everything right there. And the bad thing about being in the chicken plant for so long is damn flies all in my truck. They had the door open 6 hours. Window down 6 hours, and they're gonna get damn fly there. I probably have 75 to 100 flies. I've shoot out of probably most of them by now. It's now Saturday morning. I shoot out most of the flies. Every time they get close to a window I'm driving up, boom. As a matter of fact, you see them? I try to let them out the door, out the window. I don't try to kill them. I try to let them go. When I was teaming back in the day with cargo transporters, I was out in California, had the windows down, let the cool, nice air. It was negative, close, low teens at the house in North Carolina. And we would pick up a load and go back to Carolina. Well, we ended up having 8 or 10 flies in the truck. Going across all the states, I finally, got all of them out, except the last one. Had one fly left. He would get close to the window and it'd disappear. Well, I was driving. It was negative 10 outside in Tennessee. That fly got to the window. I'm like, you're going to find a culture shock, bud. I dropped the window. He went out. I have a feeling he didn't last too long. Yeah. Do you have any flies, story, bugs in your truck while driving? Let me know. What do you do for flies? Do you try to squat them, fly them? I finally did buy a fly swatter when I was at the grocery store last. Like I said, I try to let them go, but if I have to kill them, I will. It was like $1.50 at the grocery store. I'm like, yeah, let me grab that up. So, what do you do for pests, flies, bugs? I had a friend that jumped out of a moving truck because a praying mantis hopped in there with him. He's scared of praying mantis. But you all have a great day. Let me know what you all do for pests, bugs. And hopefully this helps you if your AC, if your blower motor stops in a Volvo. That's what was wrong with mine.